Wait! My samples are out of tune! So I recently recorded a sound, in fact a series of samples with a single violin pluck. Pluck! I was writing a track with those samples, and I wrote it entirely with those samples and a drum kit. It was great! You can check out the video here. But I then tried to write a track with those samples and other samples, only to find out that they were out of tune. What do you do? Okay, so once the panic is over that I have sent out of tune samples, I calmed down and I remembered, oh yeah, it's quite easy to fix. So if any of you have had this situation, especially when you're dealing with KONTAKT, this is going to be really helpful. And it's obviously really helpful for me because I'm revealing to you, wait, I made a mistake. It's very easy to get carried away in the creative process. But yes, I made a mistake. The samples were out of tune, largely because of my terrible violin playing, but also because of my, because I can't be bothered to focus on details sometimes. So, what am I going to do? The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to load the samples up into Logic, and I'm going to go into KONTAKT. And there's a couple of ways you could do this. You could alter the tuning of the samples themselves, or, which is the way I'm going to do now, you can load up the samples within KONTAKT and adjust the tuning there. And hopefully we'll be able to get that sorted out. Just a little side note though, does tuning even really matter? Especially if the track you're doing just has those out of tune samples, which mine did. Does it even matter? Tuning is relative to what our ears are trained to hear. I didn't even hear it, but yeah, I don't have perfect pitch, so it doesn't matter really. But does it matter? Do they have to be perfectly in tune? I once listened to the a cappella version of Pet Sounds by the Beach Boys, and you hear the Beach Boys singing and you go, oh wait a second, they're kind of out of tune and kind of out of time, but it gives it character. Just food for thought. Anyway, let's get into Logic and see if we can fix this. Okay, so I've got the out of tune KONTAKT instrument loaded up here. Here it is. This little guy called Pluck, obviously from my out of tune violin pluck. So let's just test it, shall we? Let's just load up this tuner, play a C. A little bit sharp much. So that is sharp by an average of what? 30 cents. So if I've got this ambient one here, I'm going to select it. I've gone into the KONTAKT panel here. I've gone into the group editor and selected the sample E-piano. And I am now going to go into tuning. There it is. So select the little guy, and then I'm going to go up to -30. So that should take it down. There we go. That's a bit better. So maybe up to -26. So it should. There's going to be a little bit of wavering anyway. That's fine. So now let's go into the ambient one. I've got to go into the front of it. Ambient. Same thing again. Got to go select it, and I'm going to go down by 20 or so. Maybe just -20. Is it even in tune? Sounds pretty good to me. So I'm going to repeat that process for each of the pads elements here. So just so that I've got it selected, let's go to bass. Oh, blimey. Let's go down, let's take it down -35. That's better. Now let's go to the church one. Oops, close that, hello. Let's go to church. That's still pretty half tune. So I think maybe the lesson is to check your tuning, Rich, I think. Minus 30. Cool, let's go to dry. Dry. And there's the culprit. The dry, untouched signal. I'm just watching that tuner. So in tune. Right, let's go to the E piano, which I think I've done, actually. E piano. Maybe I can take that down just a touch more. Yeah, that'll do. Organ. Oh, I keep clicking on the wrong button. There it is. Organ. Let's have a listen. These are terribly out of tune. That's a bit better. Let's go minus 41. Bit flat. Oh, 2.59. No. Oh, I've gone the wrong way. I've gone the wrong way. Minus 41. That'll do. Pad. Every time. Pad 1. It's a beaut. Minus 34. Minus 37. That'll do. Let's go to pad 2. Pad 2. This is some painstaking process. I feel like I should make some music to that dancing thingamajigger tuning thingy that's wiggling. Right now, last one, upright. Okay, I'm going to save. I'm saving it. Replace. Right now, this is the reveal. I'm going to play it with another library that I know is in tune, and we're going to see how it sounds. That is a #1 hit from the 60s. There we go. It's in tune! Yay! It's a tune! And there we have it. My out of tune samples are now in tune. So it doesn't matter if your source audio is out of tune. You can just fiddle it at the end. Isn't that wonderful?